Hey, you're right, guys. It's Friday, and it's Bank Holiday Friday. And even more exciting than that, I've got Chris Shaw, world champion, British champion, European champion, Chris Shaw here, and one championship fighter. Hello, Chris.
How you doing? All right?
Yeah, super excited and chuffed, man. Thanks so much for doing this.
No problem at all. This will keep me busy. Keep me busy through this time.
That's it, and hopefully share some interesting stories and words of wisdom for some of the people that love watching you fight, myself included. So let's start off with the usual questions. Where do you train, Chris? How long have you trained for? Who are your coaches, and why did you start training in Thai boxing?
Obviously, I'm Chris Shaw from the Power of Scotland Fight Team, which is the Box Fit gym in Glasgow. I've been there for about 6 years now. I used to train at John O'Brien's gym in Johnston before that, but I've been training for about 11 years now. From the first day I walked into the gym, and I've loved it ever since. Try to think anything else. 48 fights deep now, 38 wins, 10 losses, 22 knockouts.
I was just going to say you got quite a lot of knockouts, haven't you? I was doing a bit of checking out your stats and stuff before we spoke today, just so I've got a little bit of extra detail to go on. But you're pretty good at knocking people out, from what I can gather, Chris.
It was more the start of my career. It's just the style I had at the start of my career. But as the kind of opponents have got better and kind of world class level and stuff like that, you need to kind of score better. So my style's kind of changed from the start, but if there's a chance of a knockout there, I'll still take it. But it's a bit harder now.
Yeah, especially with the opponents that you're getting at the moment. I mean, I started following you. The first time I saw you was at Yokkao when you fought Superlek. Luckily, I was there. I don't really go to very many shows these days, but we had a fighter on the earlier show, and so I was able to stay and watch that show, that particular fight, and it was it was awesome. It was it was. I'm saying that actually. I might have got that wrong. Maybe I thought I was there. Maybe in my mind I've put it on. Can't remember. Anyway, it was brilliant. And for the reason being, it was an absolute major battle from start to finish. I mean, I pretty much thought that you couldn't have carried on after a couple of rounds, because I've never seen a Thai come out for a fight the way that he did. From the second that he started the Muaythai, it was meant business, and then he grabbed you and threw you into the middle of the ring. Absolutely, I swear to God, I didn't know what was happening. It was amazing. And then, and then he just came out. He didn't do the usual Thai style of sitting back for a couple of rounds. And I've never seen a Thai come out like that and just absolutely go for it from the first 2 rounds. It was brilliant. That's when I started following, because you were so hard in that fight. You were cut to ribbon, never gave up, never stopped looking for the final shot. What was it like? What was that fight like? What's it like fighting somebody like Superlek? And you proper wound him up, didn't you? Did you brick it a little bit when you seen him come out for you the first 2 rounds?
No, see, to be honest, it was more, I just never knew. I never expected him to come out that fast and go for the kill. Like, every fight that I watched of him in Thailand and at stadiums and stuff, like, he kind of starts very, very slow and starts teeping the leg, and he kind of teeps and sits on the ropes for the first couple of rounds. So my whole game plan was to push the pace and go forward and push the pace on him, because with the Thais coming over here, there's going to be like a bit of jet lag involved, because they've been travelling so far. Because I know it's like myself, when I'm going over to train, you do feel tired even when you go over to Thailand train. You're tired for about a week before you start feeling better again through the jet lag. So I knew if I put the pace on him early, I could try and really, really push it on him, that it would weaken him for the 4th and 5th round. But that never happened. He just came out. No. I don't even know if it was a case of he knew he wasn't feeling 100% because of the jet lag. I think I was the only second fight he'd fought abroad. I think he fought in Japan before. And I think that's the only time he's kind of fought outside Thailand, and he knocked the guy out. So I think he was maybe thinking that he just had to come out and kill for the first 3 rounds, and
he did
that
look like
would be
he did look like he was trying to kill. Yeah.
He did the first 2 rounds. He cut me to bits. Like I was just wanting to make a point to the ref. Like every time he was checking me, I was like, I'm all right, I'm fine, I'm not hurt, even though I was cut. Like it was more just I'd just been cut, and it was glancing cuts all the time. It wasn't actual pain, but the amount of blood it was coming, I just didn't want the ref to stop it because I was fine. I knew I could keep going.
Yeah.
But
Decent refs
it
on
was a good fight. I learned a lot from that fight. What?
Yeah, decent refs on Yokkao. They're quite. I always think they're quite good at making sure that they don't stop fights for cuts unless it's really have to. Which in your case for that fight was a bit of a bonus, really, wasn't it?
No, it was good because most people. I would have been disappointed if the ref stopped it the first couple of rounds because it just showed you how the fight went. I did come on strong, the kind of third, fourth, and I was pushing right to the end. But even at that, he's just a superior. I've watched Superlek for years. I've studied him, and I've just watched so many fights. I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah.
I believe he's the kind of pound for pound best in Thailand at the moment. He's doing well in one championship. I don't know why he's not been given a shot to fight for the belt yet. Probably because if he fights for the belt, he'll keep it. But I think Haggett would give him problems.
Yeah, that'll be an interesting bout, yeah.
I think Haggett would give him problems if they were fighting in knee gloves as well. Kind of suits Haggett's style. So that would be an interesting fight as well. But Superlek, he was brilliant. I take nothing away from him. Like that fight, I took a lot away from that fight. Just how fast and his teeps, and every time I was trying to throw a combination and trying to upset his rhythm, he was just resetting me all the time, whether it was a teep or
that's it.
When it was just so good. It was a masterclass as well what he did. I was pushing right to the end, but just felt like he was constantly resetting me.
Yeah, he was teeping like the full length of the ring, wasn't he? Like with one step in, straight in, and then it was. When I'm coaching teeps, I often tell people to watch that fight. I tell people to watch that fight anyway for many reasons, just because the skill was brilliant, it was exciting. You were just nails, absolutely nails. But the teeps. So when I'm like, do teeps like Superlek. That's how we wanted to do teeps. But yeah, that's what I remember. I remember the teeps and all the things that you remember, the things that I remember from watching it as well,
It was brilliant. See, just if you watch Superlek fight, he's renowned for his right kick, but he never threw any right body kicks, which totally, my whole game plan was to counter off the right body kick and catch, sweep, and throw combinations off the right kick. But he just attacked my legs and drowned me with
yeah, it was so exciting. I mean, it was then how would you prepare for a fight like that? I mean, how would you prepare for a fight like that? But how do you prepare for a fight full stop? Obviously don't give any tips away that you don't want to share, but
I prepare for kind of every fight the same. We study the opponent, we kind of break it down, what will work against the opponent, and what's most common traits. Like the Superlek, it was his right kick and his teeps on the ropes and how to maybe sidestep and land combinations for there. But it's a lot easier said than done with opponents like Superlek. But it was always the same. Even since I was like a fighter, it was trained 6 days a week, twice a day, and that it has to come first. Like your life, your personal life, and work and whatever else has to come like last. Even though you still go to your work,
because you're a grafter, aren't you? You're a grafter. You're a physical grafter in the building trade, aren't you? And I mean that's time consuming.
I'm a roofer to trade, so I've always done my job. But I will train in the morning, so I was used to getting up at like 5 o'clock. So I'd get up at 5, go do my morning training session, whether it be running, some cardio, or we would go and hit pads in the morning. Then I would go to my work about 7:30, and then go home about 5 o'clock or something like that. I would try have a quick bite to eat, Usually I get my meal prep done from Balance meal prep, so it'd be a case of having a quick meal and then like going for a sleep or going for a shower, go for a sleep, and then go to the gym for about 7 o'clock, and then I'd go home about 10, have something to eat again, shower at the gym anyway, but have something to eat and then back to sleep again and back up at 5 o'clock, and that was just what a training regime was, and it always has been.
Yeah. Do you obviously when you cut, everybody cuts weight for a fight, you know, so you don't fight, people rarely fight at the walking around weight. What does your how do you go about making weight for your fights, Chris?
It's totally different in one championship. The whole cutting weight thing can't really be done because of the two weigh-ins. So if it was regular fights, when I used to fight 61.5 kilo in the UK, I would usually walk about 71, kind of just walking about weight. And through, let's say I did 8 weeks, I'd be through eating healthier, eating clean, training twice a day, 6 days a week. I'd get down to about 66. Obviously try and get as low as possible, but I'd get to about 66 and I knew I'd be able to make weight there. No problem really. You would, like a week out, you would do water loading. So you would try and drink 7 to 8 litres of water. I know people do it differently. People like start off at 8, and then they cut it to 4, 2, and then a litre and then a half a litre on the Thursday before the Friday weigh-in and stuff. But I used to always I think it works better for me is like keeping it 8 all the way to the Thursday, and then stopping it dead 24 hours before the weigh-in. So if my weigh-in was at Friday 6 p.m, Thursday 6 p.m, I'd stop drinking water and I would stop eating at that time as well. And then that would usually get about 2 kilo off me.
Right.
So I'd wake up in the morning, I'd roughly have about 2-3.5 kilo, just depending on the cut. And I would just get a sauna suit. And the only worst thing is when you wake up in the morning, you can't drink water. Right? But it's all about sacrifices, and that's what you need to do. And that's what a lot of fighters do. It's very common. I know I'm not the only one that does this. It's quite common in fighters what they're doing.
I mean, water cutting and water loading is kind of the norm, isn't it? Just bring your camera down a little bit, a bit like before. You just that's the one, mate. That's the one. It's kind of the norm, and it's like I'm really chuffed that one championship have introduced the kind of the hydration test. I mean, I think that's a really positive way forward because ultimately you don't need to water cut. You only have people on the water cut because the other person's probably going to water cut. You don't really, if we don't have to do it, that would be ideal, wouldn't it? So it's really good that they're moving forward to it. But equally as such, if people are going to water cut, which is probably likely to still be happening a lot, people need to know how to do it safely, don't they? Or I wouldn't say that water cutting is ever going to be safe because it's not a safe thing to do, but there's going to be ways of making sure you're not going over the top. I mean, and that's why, it's interesting to get everybody's opinion on that.
There's ways of doing it properly. Like, see, dehydrating yourself for 24 hours isn't too bad at all. Like, you're doing it 24 hours before you weigh in, you just stop and drink water. And as long as you're flooding your body with the kind of 8 litres before that for a week, you're constantly flowing, your body's going to be full of water anyway. Like, you're going to be carrying a lot of water. So that's what makes it easy while in the sauna. See if you've got a couple of kilo, you're only like 2 hours before you're weighing. You're basically going into the sauna with the sauna suit, rubbing kind of some alkaline or sweet sweat in your skin just to help you sweat out a little bit more. It basically opens your pores up when you rub your skin. So that helps. You put your sauna suit on and you get in the sauna. Like, see when people get scared when you say 2 hours in the sauna. You're not in there for like 2 hours. Like,
I was like in the sauna for like 10 minutes and I have to run out going, oh, can't breathe. It's like
people are doing it. It's a case of they'll go in for like the first time you try and go in as long as you can. So you try and go in for 20-25 minutes just to heat yourself up. Keep your sauna suit on, then towel up when you head out. Stay out there for about 15-20 minutes where you're toweling up and you're keeping the heat in the sauna suit and wrapping yourself. It's like you mummify yourself and then just lie down and relax. And then you get back into the sauna for 15 minutes and then come back out for 15 and do that. And within 2 hours, you'll cut 2 kilo, no bother.
Do you have any sorry to interrupt, Carol.
And then it's just a case of, so as soon as you've done that, like you just time it right. So I'll usually time it perfect, and I'll have my sauna roughly near where my weigh-in is. So then it's only like a quick 5-minute journey to the weigh-in. And if I'm weighing in at 6:30, I'll make sure I'm there for like 20 past.
Sure.
I'm ready to go. And then it means, even though 2 hours I've dehydrated myself, as soon as I get off the scales, which I've already made weight 10 minutes before it, and I drink, then I can rehydrate myself properly. It's about rehydrating properly as well. Like some people just straight away go for like fizzy juice and stuff. That think like you need to rehydrate yourself. If you've took that much water out your body, you need to do it properly. And that's a kind of skill form, and you only learn it through doing it for years and years. I think generally now I've only just kind of properly get it sussed. Like I thought I'd get sussed maybe about 3-4 years ago, but I think I've put it down to a T now for just knowing how your body reacts to certain stuff.
So what weight are you fighting at on the one championship then? So if you were, say, normally fighting at 61 with a water cut just at the end of like, was it 5 kilos, something like that, with the water loading and such like? So are you now taking fights on the one championship, say around 5 kilos heavier? So are you on like 66 kilos or thereabouts? Are your fights about 66 kilos for them?
Yeah. The weight division is 65.8.
Okay.
I've fought heavier like stuff in normal fights in the UK. I would say 65.8 I can walk about it, like quite reasonable. It's pretty easy enough, like I can be walking about 66. So 65.8 is a good category for me.
Yeah.
When you've got the 2 weigh-ins at one championship.
Yeah, definitely. And
I wouldn't be able to go any lower than that because of the hydration tests and stuff like that. And I feel because that was my first fight with them, I felt brilliant. I did feel really, really good. And it shows because you had to make weight twice. You can't make those big drastic cuts twice or you're going to feel the effects from it. So
and you felt the difference.
Fighting at a weight that kind of suits me.
Yeah, did you feel the difference in the fight? I mean, one, you're fighting somebody, you're going to have fought heavy fighters anyway, because you might not cut as much as somebody else, blah, 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 blah. But on this basis, you know you're going to be fighting somebody almost exactly the same weight as you, practically within, I don't know, kilo or something like that maybe, which has got to be reassuring for a starter. Did you notice a difference in power of your opponent or physical strength? And did you notice a difference in your energy?
I didn't notice the power on my kind of opponent and stuff like that, but I felt the difference. Like, see, energy levels, like usually you're like if you've cut weight and stuff like that. See, after the weigh-ins and stuff, you have to rehydrate for like maybe like 3 hours or so before getting food and stuff like that. As soon as I got off the scales, I was drinking my fluids and that, and then instantly went for something to eat and just kind of enjoy myself. And it wasn't like I felt that I just weighed in. You know what I mean? It was a weird feeling. You don't feel lethargic, you don't feel tired, and that was instantly after the weigh-in. So even 24 hours after that, I felt fantastic. It was just like turning up to a day at the gym.
Yeah, that's brilliant. I mean, that's what you want, though, isn't it? You know, often not faff with a water cut. You know, you're taking the danger of doing the water cut away. You don't have to do the water cut, which is rubbish, isn't it, to do anyway? And then, you know, your opponent's like going to be practically almost exactly the same weight as you. I mean, it's a perfect scenario, isn't it, really?
You're going to get the best out of the fighters as well. You're going to get the best Chris Shawn, you're going to get the best Rodlek, or whoever it is opponent-wise, but you're going to get the best out of each fighter if they're not dehydrating themselves and killing themselves to make weight, because they're never going to be 100% by cutting that amount of weight.
Well, so I mean, so we know how you prepare physically. You've given us some good info on the water cut there as well, which is really cool because it's a different angle from what we've talked about with other fighters. So that's a really good bit of information for people. So what strikes me about you, Chris, and what I've seen you in fights, is, and also pre-fight, is the banter and stuff, is your mental strength. You seem to be like unfazed. You've like has increasingly more spectacular opponents, as I said earlier on. You know, your last fight was against Rodlek, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, you don't seem to look phased. You don't seem to let anything rattle you in the ring. You very rarely seem to get thrown off your kind of mental. You've got a great grit and determination. And I'm wondering, how do you do it? How do you prepare mentally for a fight? Because, you know, you're going up against Rodley. Oh my God, apart from that just being probably one of the best experiences of your life, or some experiences of your life, it's got to be super difficult, super hard. And how do you stay so focused? How do you stay so mentally, you know, in control of yourself?
Yeah. See, just through all the training, it's like I listen to a lot of what Custom Attle said, who was Mike Tyson's coach and stuff. I've read a lot of his books and whatever else, but he was a believer and stuff like that. The more you train, the more you don't leave things to chance and stuff like that. And that's what it's all about. The harder you train, the more confidence you build in yourself, because you know exactly what you can do in the gym. But
Yeah.
it's just, I've always been like, I've always been stubborn. Like, I never want to lose it in, whether it be like Monopoly, anything at all. Like, I hate losing at anything. So it's one of those things. Like, I don't want to give anybody like my mates will slaughter me if I get beat or if I get knocked out. My mates would slaughter me for it.
Yeah.
So I'm not giving MD the chance to slaughter me.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, that's the other thing I really respect about you is that you kind of have this pre-fight banter. It's kind of like MMA-esque, you know what I mean? Absolutely slaughtering the other person. And it's not something that I'm really I'm not really used to that. MMA, when they're in each other's faces, it kind of does me head in a little bit. But you give it all the banter and all the showboating and everything before a fight, but you're utterly humble at the end of the fight. You've got this showboating kind of banter element, and then proper wound up Superlek. I mean, I thought he was going to. I don't know. I thought he was going to come in with weapons or something. It was so you've got this banter, and then you've got total composure in the ring, and then you're just super respectful after, you know. And I think that's one of the reasons that you stand out, really. If you had all the banter and then you were an idiot after, you know, I probably wouldn't have contacted you for an interview. Do you know what I mean? Because I think it's, to me, like, being a humble fighter is important, especially when you're so good, you know. But that's just me. But yeah, so what's your what's your thing with your banter? Is it deliberately like, are you not going to tell us because I don't want to like spoil any of your plans, but is it to like wind them up, or is it to, I don't know, wind yourself up?
It's a mindset thing. It's like, see, at the end of the day, like, fighting, everybody says it is about respect and stuff like that, and I've got respect for anybody that does Thai boxing and stuff like that, but it's kill or be killed in there. Like, and people that say it's not, they're deluded, because at the end of the day, like, everything you've worked for, you're putting on the line against this opponent. And Thai boxing, MMA, it's all snakes and ladders. So if you lose a fight, you're going down the snake and stuff like that. The more fights you win, the more ladders you climb, and you get closer up to the end of the game, and you get more money, more titles, more accreditations, and you're getting closer and closer to being the best. And that's what it's all about. It's all about being the best, and that's what it is for me. It's money, like getting more money, beating good opponents, whatever else. But it's about being the best, and it's trying to prove yourself against every person that says they can beat you. And you're going, if you could beat me, then let's fight. And other than that, that's where it's all coming from. And I feel confident when I'm fighting these guys. And the banter and stuff like that is before it. It's coming through. Like, I believe I can beat these guys, and I believe I'm better than them. And it's not always true, but that's my mindset going into the fights. And see, at the end of the day, when the fight's finished, like, if that guy's beat me, I'll shake his hand and I'll bow down to him like I did with Superlek and stuff like that, and I'll show him the respect he's due. And then after it, it's like we're mates and stuff like that. I've got nothing bad to say about any of my past opponents or whatever. But at the time, it feels like I'm there. The two of us are fighting each other, and I'm not giving people. I'm there to prove myself I'm the best and to beat them. And I don't want to be going further down these snakes and going lower down the ranks, and everything that you've worked for, all the time that you put into the sport. And that's it. The losses do take its toll. So you want to be the best and you want to beat everybody.
That's great. It's a good explanation. It's I don't know. It's you're an entertainer, Chris. You know.
The
Sorry.
snakes and ladders stuff, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
If the snakes and ladders things make sense, that's what it's all about.
That's it. You know, you're an entertainer, not just like a magnificent sportsman, but you know, a true entertainer. You know, people want you on the shows, and you know, I'm really excited. I mean, you've got so much. There's so much more to go at, even though you're at the top where you are. There's so many more people that want to see you fight. You know, it's who has been your favourite fight today so far, and who do you want to fight?
My favourite fight to date, my biggest win to date has probably been against Rambo on the York House show. But my probably favourite performance was against Kareem Benoit on York House, and that was just because that was like I knew he'd beat Dan O'Connor. Dan O'Connor. He beat him, and it was a really good performance. And Kareem Benoit was kind of known as the best in Europe at the time, at my weight division at 61 kilos, and he was known for a while. He was on the Showtime shows, I'm sure, as well, big in the kickboxing. So that performance, I just felt that performance was great. There's no usually a flawless performance you have, and it felt like, I don't know, I just felt like I saw everything coming. I had an answer for everything, and he'd never really landed a blow and stuff. He could have cut me in the nose, but except for that, he really never landed any significant shots. It just felt I was like on autopilot.
Yeah.
That was probably my most favourite performance, and it was like a flow state. I know a lot of people speak about it. I've seen it on YouTube, and people saying if you can get into the flow state and your body's doing stuff that's just reacting to stuff, you're not thinking, and that was just on point there at that fight. And if I could fight like that every day, I'd be happy.
Oh wow! I bet it's such a good feeling to have that. When you just turn up and you're on your A game, and it's like, yes, it's like everything that you've planned for, and it all falling into place. Oh, that's that must be a fantastic feeling.
It's just hard. It's hard to explain, because it's like you plan to do that every fight, but that fight, it was just on point. It was no thinking involved, and it just felt like it. In a way, it was like a big game of chess, and I wasn't even thinking. I was just making moves.
Yeah.
And it was all playing together, and everything just came together. Brilliant.
Fantastic. Well, who do you want to fight? If you could pick your next opponent, who would it be?
I would love the Redkite rematch, but chances are I wouldn't get that. And you always want to beat the guys that beat you, so that would be my perfect rematch. It was a great fight and stuff like that, but I felt I could have done a lot better. Maybe just the first time going over to one championship and stuff like that, and the whole week and stuff like that is something that I've never seen before.
Yeah.
Like a whole fight week and all the stuff that you had to do and stuff like that. Maybe that took a wee toll and stuff like that. But I'd like to fight him. But my number one, I'd love to fight Nongo. He's the one. That's my end goal. That's my target, to fight Nongo for the one championship belt. I know I don't deserve my place for that anywhere near yet, but I'll keep looking to get that shot in Nongo, and I'm pretty sure any guy in the division would win that fight. But just take each fight as it comes. If they send me over ties, or they send me over fallen guys and win, or whatever, like whoever it is, I'll just have to fight who I'm told to fight, keep beating them, and try and work my way up the ladder and get that shot in Normal.
Well, that would definitely be an exciting one to watch on my Friday, as we were talking about. If I was before I go to school, if you were on the batting for on one championship on the app.
No, it was a complete legend. I know. Don't hit any laptop.
Yeah, I mean, the thing that with Rodlek, Rodlek, he was like you though. Do you know what I mean? He's a similar approach to you, I thought. In the he was a big strong guy, but really tough. You know, you were kind of like both the same in that respect. It was almost like hitting a wall, hitting a wall, hitting a wall, hitting a wall. It was exciting to watch.
He wasn't a wall. He was like steel. He was like concrete, honestly.
Oh my God. You didn't get disheartened?
I hit him with so many shots that I thought that it would have kind of slowed him down or stunned him, and he just walked through them. And fair play to him. Like, I landed everything I could, and there's certain things I could have done better, but I didn't expect him. I seen him how tough he was against Liam Harrison, and I was like, there is holes in his game and stuff like that, but you can't, until you're in the ring with him, you don't understand how tough he actually is. And it's just one of those things. Like, I never expected. Like, I knew he was meant to be tough, and I was trying to kick and move. And there's only so much you can go back and try and kick and move. And then you just go, right, I need to fight fire with fire. And I probably should have fought fire with fire from the start rather than move away and stuff like that. But you learn from your mistakes. That's it. So there's always stuff to work on. So
for next one, for rematch, fire with fire from round 1. Do that. Exciting. Right, I've been asking everybody, we're coming towards the end now. I've been asking everybody, what's your go-to? If this is the people at home that are used to, well, it's pretty weird at the moment, isn't it? We're not allowed to do much, and if anything. And what's your go-to lockdown exercise? If you could recommend one single exercise that for everybody to do, if you can only do one, obviously we can do more than one, but if you could pick an exercise, a single exercise, not pads in case people haven't got pads, what would your exercise be for lockdown? If you can't do anything else, do this.
Shadow boxing.
Okay.
See, shadow boxing is so underrated. Like, vision yourself, fighting orthodox and southpaw, and imagine you've got an opponent like in front of you, and like do 5 rounds, like with your imagination. And don't just be throwing certain shots, like throw certain shots and expecting them to throw counters back and counting on their counters and stuff like that, and be blocking, whatever else. But shadow boxing is brilliant. And
tiring, if you do it for 5 rounds properly. Absolutely. Well, that's definitely good. We've had a lot of burpees on an answers to that one. We've had some running, burpees for shadow boxing. I think that's a quality tip. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we get to the silly quick fire round to round it all off? Have you anything that you want to say? Any tips? Do you want to mention anybody or anything that you're doing? Any sponsors or anything like that?
I've only got kind of one sponsor now, and it's even through this like time, I'm still eating kind of my healthy meals and stuff like that, and that's through Balanced Meal Prep.
Okay.
It's just brilliant. Everything. It's so hard to just see. Sometimes you don't have the time to cook the meals, and then you end up just phoning a Chinese. So don't be that person.
Yeah. I am definitely that person. don't be that person. Yeah, definitely. Right then, quick fire round. Right, this is the bit that you're not prepared for. Okay, so are you ready? Guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure.
Guilty pleasure. I don't even know. You've just stuck me. My guilty pleasure is Ben and Jerry's fish food.
Ben and Jerry's fish food. There you go. Nailed it. Good. Because I was going to ask you what your favourite dessert was, but you've done both those questions in one. Okay. Bromance. You got you've got a lovely wife. Who's your bromance? Who's your bro? Somebody that will know.
Somebody I don't know.
Somebody that we will know. Somebody from Thai boxing. Somebody that's like, oh, I love you. If you could pick.
Richie Hawkin.
Right. Okay. And if you, okay, this is a bit of a weird one. I just thought of this before. So that's how long I've been in here now. My husband's had to come through for plates. Sorry about that. If you could, this is a weird one. If you could take something edible into the ring to use as a weapon, what would it be?
Squishy cream.
Squishy cream?
Yeah.
For slippiness?
Yeah.
Like your style. Good thinking on that.
Squish them in the face.
Sorry?
Squish it in the eyes and elbow them.
And then elbow them. You see, it's almost, I thought that's a crazy question, but it's almost like you'd already planned that in advance. Perfect. Last one, mate.
No, That just rolled off the tongue. That came off far too early. That came up far too fast.
It did.
I've never even thought of that before in my life, but it just came right off the top of my head there.
Straight in there. I like it. I was thinking I might throw a pizza at them or something like that, but squirty cream, I mean, top plan, mate. Okay, last one. Kick, marry, roundhouse kick. Again, respect. So we're doing a silly one. So you can kick someone, kiss someone, marry someone, or roundhouse kick them. And you've got Superlek, Rocky, and Carol Baskin.
What was the options again? Kiss. I'd kiss Rocky.
Kiss Rocky, and then you've got marry and roundhouse kick.
Right, I'll tell a lie. I'll kiss Superlek, I'll marry Rocky, and then I'll roundhouse kick Carol Baskin.
Nice one. A good safe answer there, mate. Hey?
Nobody likes her.
I know, she's really unpopular, isn't she? I mean, crumbs, yeah, she's getting a roundhouse kick. Say that again?
She definitely killed her husband.
Well, it does seem that way, doesn't it? I mean, if you're going to kill your husband, feeding them to tigers, it's a pretty good way of sorting it out, really, isn't it? But yeah, she's, I don't know, there'll be a series 2. So Carol Baskin is getting roundhouse kicked by Chris Shaw. Brilliant. Marrying Rocky. He'd make a good wife. He would make a good wife. Indeed. Right. That's it, mate. It's Friday.
We could train together.
Yeah, say that again.
We'd be able to train, me and Rocky would be able to train together. We'd be able to have morning eggs, just put them in a cup and just drink them.
I was drinking
It'd be brilliant.
Running up the stairs and down the stairs, high-fiving each other as you get to, like, past each other. Yeah, it'd be lovely, that, wouldn't it?
It'd be brilliant.
Oh, great. Well, Chris, you've been an absolute gentleman and a scholar. I really appreciate it. It's been absolutely lovely. So I could just talk to you for ages and on and on and on. I could honestly. I just want to know what goes on in your mind. And like I said, you work. You know, you're a roofer. I mean, it's bank holiday. I have to say, you look sober, Chris, and you're Scottish. You're a roofer, and it's bank holiday, and you look sober. I mean, that's impressive. You know, that's an impressive feat.
I think I'm the only Scottish roofer on a bank holiday that isn't drinking.
That's it. That's it. I mean, that's some willpower, isn't it? I tell you. But thanks so much, Chris. Say again.
I've got a Zoom workout to do, so I can't ever get drunk.
That's
I've
it.
got a Zoom workout to do, so I can't be getting drunk just yet.
No, not yet. I had a little bit. There might be a little bit of rum in that, just a little bit. But I also got the water for hydration as well. Okay, but it is Bank Holiday Friday. Listen, that was ace, mate.
Nice.
Thanks so much. You've been lovely. I mean, I've never met you or spoken to you before. I'm a bit of a fan on them, and it's just been great. I've been getting some such positive responses about doing these interviews, and just made up, mate. Thanks so much. I can't wait to show people. It's going to be a couple of weeks though, yeah. On the Friday, Kev next week, you the week after, and then see who comes after that. But thanks so much. Thanks for your time, Chris. Appreciate it a lot.
Thanks very much for your time.
Okay.
And thanks for the interview. That was brilliant.
No worries. Okay, guys. Thanks for tuning. Carol Baskin, she's getting it.
Carol
around
Baskin,
that. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. There was a little bit of sound, few sound issues, but hopefully I could make out most of what Chris was saying, and hope you could as well. It was so great. Thanks for tuning in. Keep tuning in and see who's up next. Bye for now. Bye.